Exécuter init. Comment ça? Je viens de le configurer. What the heck? Pas de ça, puis on va voir tout ce qu'il va proposer comme solution. Même le happy de Gérard.
And it's just a little bit sweaty. And again, that as soon as like you just lose a little bit of grip on that bat, you just have so much speed that it just flies out of your hands. And for Sanchez, no batting gloves either, so he's at that disadvantage as well. 1-2. This is way outside.
On va voir, justement, il essaie de vérifier. Juste que je sais, avec les tokens, lui, il n'a pas accès aux tokens. Donc, à chaque fois, si tu essaies de partager un token avec lui, il va dire non, non, non. Ça, c'est confidentiel. Donc, c'est pour ça que c'est à éviter. C'est un truc qu'on fait nous-mêmes. Ticket trouvé. Comment ça, il a trouvé le ticket? Tu dis que tu n'as pas le token. Mais bon, on va voir ce que ça va donner. OK. Waiting for fixes. Nice. OK, donc il a accès. Non, non, aussi, j'ai le MCP qui est configuré. Donc, s'il trouve le token qui n'est pas configuré, il va passer par le MCP. Laissez-moi vérifier. OK.
So what happens with all those baseballs that go into the stands? Do we have a worker who goes down and collects them?
Utilise le MCP comme je dis. Mais c'est pas grave. En tout cas, il faut configurer les tokens. Ça, c'est pas grave. C'est juste de lancer cette commande. Moi, avant, j'avais fait une faute. Je l'avais mis comme ça, echo. Il faut le faire direct export.
Kind of just sitting there. If I have enough time, I might try to run down there myself, see if take a look at what the baseballs that we're using here in this tournament are.
Solution.
3-2 again. Bouncer, back of the middle, stalled by Bakari. Flips it to the first baseman, Husu. That is a circus trick that you only see in Banana Ball. A gorgeous play to end the inning, and that takes us to the 7th inning.
Ouais. Ouais. Au pire des cas, on peut utiliser le dossier qui est dans mon bureau. Il est là. Ouais. Oui. Ouais. Mais il a pu accéder en tout cas. Il a vu mon nom. A signé. Ouais. Déjà là, hier, il était intelligent. Il m'a dit, hey, j'ai lu la story. J'ai vu qu'il y a des tests qui existent déjà. Tu veux que je l'utilise à nouveau ou je crée des autres? J'ai dit, OK, utilise-les. Donc, c'est pour garder la cohérence. Je vais vraiment générer le scénario. OK, aujourd'hui, il veut générer. Pas comme hier. Mais c'est pas grave. Ouais, mais il a lu sur le gérant. Il va voir. Dans la... Je vais générer. OK, c'est pas grave. Le but, c'est qu'on va arriver sur l'étape de génération de test. En tout cas, il reste des raffinages. On a un raffinage maintenant. OK, on a un raffinage. OK. Ouais.
That will close the book on Rafael Perdomo. He was excellent in his
feature,
innings. Just gives up one hit.
En tout cas, j'ai des modifications à faire des prochaines étapes.
Will now take over in relief, and they'll have to deal with the bottom of the order in Chen for the lineup card turns back to the top half. First pitch taken for a strike.
OK, ils sont là. Yes. Ouais, je t'ai dit, il va lire, il va être intelligent, il va dire, OK, ça existe déjà, il va les vérifier. S'il trouve que c'est beau, il va directement les ramener.
I think so far, not quite the game we were expecting to see. Just what we saw from Chinese Taipei yesterday. And, you know, success the Cuban team had last year, but it
Ouais,
just
il va
seems
les...
like the Crocodiles just haven't really found
Ouais,
that
ouais,
momentum,
ça c'est
haven't
sûr.
found that groove yet to break out of that
Continuer.
kind of inconsistent funk that we saw in the first couple innings.
The 1-2. Just off the outside.
J'ai la comment.
A young
Peut-être
right-hander,
qu'il va la créer après.
just
On va
20
voir.
years
Parce que j'ai
old,
modifié un peu
in September.
les étapes.
9 saves. He
Ouais.
was leading the league in Cuba at the time of December. Breakout rookie of the year contender.
Oh.
Ball
Non, non,
back
non.
up the middle and into center for a base hit. Chen gets the first hit since going back to the 4th inning. A leadoff knock, and that gets the top of the order with a chance to swing it.
Ouais.
Right back up the middle, exactly what you needed him to do. And definitely big for him to get on the board because this is where a lot of the damage has been coming from, especially early in this game, these first 3 hitters for the brothers.
Okay.
Sherlun Chang will step in. Base hit his first time up.
Ouais,
Ground out and a fly out. 1 for 3 so far. First pitch. Back up the middle. Past the diving stab of Ramon into center. First to third will push Chen. He's going to get there standing up. Brothers are in business once again to open up the top of the 7th inning.
All over the first pitch and
bon.
put it back right where
En tout cas, ça c'est un scénario parce qu'on a une story avec les tests et tout. Dans les prochaines, dans une nouvelle story, il va tout faire. Plus les tokens que je vais régler, donc ça va tout régler. Continuer.
In a 5-2 ball game in favor of the brothers, they have a chance to get that lead back to at least the Grand Slam size to keep it just from 1 swing to tie it. First pitch is aggressive, fouls it back to our left. And it bounces all the way down below us.
That might be one for the bus drivers.
Manuel. Oui, ça je l'ai réglé hier. Oui, il va lancer le browser. Je vais faire le login. Moi, je prépare mon mot de passe et tout parce que je ne l'ai pas.
Appreciate first base. They've been very accommodating on time every time, taking us to and from the park. Some late nights for those guys as well.
Oh, store pages.
Smooth operation worked here by the WSBC and the WBSC, and along with Baseball Champions League, getting us to and from the hotel to the stadium and back. And everyone's working long days. On the start of the day, at 6:30 in the morning, and then as late till past midnight when they're getting all the details for the next day rolling. The 1-1. That's just off the outside for a ball. Now 2-1.
Yeah, a lot goes on to put a tournament on like this that people don't see.
Yeah, the international side of things, plus the translators, the training staff.
Non, en tout cas, je t'ai dit, j'ai déjà vu ton flow. Je l'ai lu, étape par étape. On va voir qu'est-ce qu'il va faire. Donc là, il y a... Ouais, c'est lui qui fait ça.
We've talked about time and time again, could go even more than it already is.
Ouais, je sais, mais on va voir son intelligence. Donc c'est lui qui se débrouille maintenant.
Now 3-1.
Well, here we go again. Brothers working themselves into good counts. Chunlin Wang, he's been dangerous today. Opportunity to do even more damage.
Ouais.
Move over to first base, back in standing safely is Chang.
Toi, tu parles de ça. Je sais. Attends. Ah, je l'ai supprimé. Tabarnak. Non. Hier, j'avais pris. Ouais. Parce que hier, j'avais.
There's a lot of speed for Chang on first base. He is taking a decent lead. 3-1, a prime count to try to snag a bag.
Chang bluffs. Pitch misses low and away, ball 4. Bases are loaded for the brothers here to open up the 7th inning. Still nobody out. Shanlin Huang will step in. Or beg your pardon, that would be Shou Yusu will now step in with the bases packed.
Ouais, je l'ai fait.
Yeah, tough start.
Regarde,
Yosan
on va
Garcia
trouver même dans
today,
l'historique. Je l'ai fait hier, je sais.
giving up back-to-back singles and then a walk to load the bases with nobody out,
Ah,
and a
ah.
chance for the brothers to really blow this game
Je l'ai
open.
fait hier, je sais de quoi tu parles. Ça,
We'll get a mound visit.
ouais. Donc, comme ça,
The bullpen
je vais
was up and
l'arrêter
moving already
et je
as
vais
well
dire
at the
tiens
start
ça.
of the inning.
Donc, c'est
He hasn't made the point, but there are. Yep, it looks like we are going to get a change.
A right-hander will start to jog in from the right center field bullpen, and the Brothers, with the bases loaded and nobody out in the top of the 7th inning, they lead 5-2, but they can blow this one open here in the back third of the ball game. Pressure cooker spot. Luis Hernandez takes over in relief, and Zhou Yusu steps in. First pitch all the way to the backstop. It
là,
goes.
je vais faire ça.
Crossing the dish on a slide is Chen,
Check.
and the Brothers will add
La
another to
page
their lead. It's 6-2, a
ouverte
4-run
maintenant.
cushion.
C'est la bonne.
Well, that's a tough way to start if you're Luis Hernandez. I mean, clearly this one just gets away on some sort
En
of
tout cas, hier, il m'a pas fait
bat,
ça.
just holds
Il
on
a
to the
commencé
ball
à faire
too
ça.
long, and
Je lui ai dit non, non, je te
very
donne le tout. Il m'a dit
frustrating
OK.
for
Je lui ai
us.
envoyé les informations,
Luis
ça,
Hernandez
comme
takes
hier.
over in relief.
Il a
Already in
rattrapé
the
tout
starting
son retard.
rotation. He's out in the
On
bullpen
va dire
here
oui. Ouais, 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 ouais.
this afternoon's contest.
Mais généralement, nous, on fait les tests dans la même journée. Donc, c'est vraiment des faux problèmes.
Fouled back. Count evens up at
Ouais.
1. The 1-1. Another foul back, and it's 1-2 now. Still chasing that first out. Nobody
Ouais.
out in the inning. Base hit, and a walk. Open bag at first base after the wild pitch and a run in.
Là, il fait là, il fait du n'importe quoi. Pourquoi il a cliqué sur?
The 1-2. Just able to spoil it back in another foul ball.
Et toi, d'habitude, tu fais quoi quand il clique juste comme ça? Et toi, d'habitude, tu fais quoi quand il commence juste à cliquer n'importe quoi?
The 1-2. Just off the outside.
Good location, trying to get Sue to chase after that one. Had a pitch to play with, and I mean, you see it starts right over the plate and then just dips to the outside edge.
2-2. Backs up off the inside, and the count runs full 3-2. Once again, more action starting to get.
Ok, on va faire ça. Stop.
Crocodile's
Attends,
bullpen
je peux
beyond the right
l'arrêter
center field
moi-même.
wall, a right-hander
Échappe.
up and throwing on the mound.
Stop. Je vais la mettre
Interested to see what he does with Sue
dans
here.
la
First
bonne
base
balle.
open.
3-2.
Ici, on va même l'aider avec
Still,
ça
ball 4. Back-to-back walks, and the bases are once
pour
again
le
loaded
24.
for Quien Lu.
Je t'ai mis dans la bonne page. Où est-ce que,
Decides not to challenge him too much
où est-ce que
and put something that he could potentially hit
peux-
hard in the zone. Instead, gives him first base. Turns to Kuei Gong Lu, who did not start this game, came in for the injured Sheng Yu Lee.
He bounced out to the second baseman, his only at-bat so far. I was back in the 5th inning.
Non, non, je vais faire
His pitch
ça.
he takes low for ball 1. And this is where you can see the brothers just really tap into that offensive arsenal. 1-0. There's a called strike on the outer half of the plate. They can put this one out of reach and give their high leverage guys a chance
Il se
to
comporte
rest
comme un
up
bébé
and
des fois.
live to fight more
Ouais.
days. 1-1. Check swing, but a called strike anyways.
C'est bon, il la rattrape.
1-2.
Ouais, des fois, il est comme un bébé. Il faut l'expliquer tout. Carrément.
Really leads game. He's more of a contact speed guy. He was exciting to watch yesterday. He had a stolen base and a bunt single.
1-2. Little number. Back on the plate. Steps on home for 1. Fires to first. It's a 2-3 double play from Perez to Gonzalez. A run is cut down in the process as well. And a little nubber that just barely gets out in front of the dish turns into 2 outs.
You couldn't have asked for anything better than this right here if you're this Crocodiles team. Just a nice job by Perez to stick back, have the wherewithal to step on home, and just put a picture-perfect throw over to first base to double up and get 2 outs without even a run crossing the board.
Ouais.
First pitch on the way to Hugh. He takes a called strike.
The trouble's not done, though.
No, it's not. 2 for 3 on the day. Couple of ribbies in the process as well. Gets fisted on a foul ball. It's now quickly 0-2.
À mon avis, on rajoute une étape. Une fois il génère les scénarios tests, avant qu'il fait l'exécution des tests end-to-end comme ça, on ajoute une petite étape. On ajoute une petite étape où est-ce qu'on va lui donner plus de détails, des informations, data sur chaque.
Misses well north for ball 1.
Yeah, if you can get out of it, bases loaded, nobody out, and just 1 run come across, that's a win at the end of the day.
On va.
1-2.
Ouais.
Fouls it off first base side. The backbreaker would be if he would have come up and laced a base hit to plate a couple of runs, especially after getting the gift of that double play and a way you were able to keep a run off the board.
Ouais.
The 1-2. Throws him on the outside corner. Pure paint hits the edge, and Hernandez is able to tiptoe his way out of trouble. 1 run just comes in after the wild pitch. But the brothers, they still lead at 6-2 as we keep rolling along.
Hein? Non,
Today's
non.
game is brought to you by Jeremiah Johnson Brewing Company, built for the ballpark, cooled, crisp, and ready for game time. From blonde ale to Citra IPA to Mountain Man Scotch Ale, Jeremiah Johnson Brewing Company. Drink like
Ici,
you mean
on a...
it. We move along here from Estadio Alfredo Harpelou on a gorgeous Wednesday afternoon for baseball.
Ouais.
9-1 and 2 due up for the Crocodiles.
Andro, à Montréal, j'ai tout.
Esteban Terry will lead
À
things
Montréal,
off
j'ai
in the
tout.
top of the order. Uleski Ramon and
Ouais.
Luis Mateo due up
Même-
in order.
It's been a solid inning and a third so far for Angel
Ouais, c'est
Macari.
une bonne idée.
Seen for, retired for.
Ok, test 5 passes.
Circus play
Il a
that's
trouvé les
ended the
codes de
sixth inning.
facturation.
Stab behind his back. Just for desperation, throw the glove.
Ok, il est revenu.
The 1-0.
Nice.
Skied, first base
Le plus
side,
important,
foul
c'est
ground,
qu'il va
somebody
tout
wrong.
sauvegarder, le test playwright.
So you
C'est
could watch
l'essentiel.
baseball for another decade, and you
Ok.
might see one more play like that.
Ok, nouvelle
Yeah,
observation.
it was high up there, too.
7 sur 8. Ça,
Right,
S400.
you've seen behind the back before, but the way he had to
Continue.
really torque his glove up there near where his head would have been.
Ouais, tout est bon.
Sometimes you mostly are going to see it like if it's just waist high because you're just naturally, your glove falls that way on your release. 2-1. Misses for ball 3. That's a Crocodiles ball club that's trailing 6-2. Looking for any sort of spark to get them going.
Il va...
3-1.
Ouais, mais je suis sûr il va
Line
l'accepter.
drive on
Ouais,
the ground up the middle.
ouais,
It
ouais, bien
misses
sûr.
the outstretched glove of Chang into right center.
Ouais,
The second hit of the
ajoute.
day for Terry.
C'est bon, il l'a
Leadoff
créé.
man is aboard, and the top of the order comes up.
Non, il est vraiment intelligent. Hein.
It's a good attempt there by Chang to try to get over, but it just trickles into center
Ici,
field.
il va me demander est-ce que tu
Has
veux
been
partager le
where
commentaire.
the Crocodiles have
Je
found
vais
the
lui
most
dire non.
success. That 9-1 spot, as you said, second hit of the day for
Sinon, on peut...
Terry, and now with Ramon up, he's 2 for 3.
An RBI single his last time up. That was back in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Ouais, c'est sûr.
First pitch. Misses outside for ball 1. No one really moving around in the Brothers bullpen.
Okay.
The 1-0. Sky high. Right field with Carey backing around, turning and looking.
Okay.
Chen, but it falls into the bullpen. A 2-run home run. And the Crocodiles, they got themselves back within striking distance. It's 6-4, cutting the lead back in half.
Oh, non, j'ai dit c'est le mien.
399 on the distance, and not a joke, Trevor. I was just thinking to myself, we had 15 outs left to go, and this was so far the first game we have seen without a home run. But Ramon certainly changed that in a hurry, and all of a sudden, this is a ball game.
Well, Chen looked like he was going to try and play it deep just in case that ball was going to hit off the top of the wall. But that just had too much extra carry. It's able to sneak its way out into right. 6-4, our scoreline. Things are starting to get interesting.
Attends. Pourquoi il n'a pas rajouté les tests il a pas rajouté les tests end-to-end? Il sait très bien qu'il faut les rajouter. Oh. Ouais, j'ai modifié le flow. J'ai modifié le flow.
I mean, this is where they need to see the production. You got 2, 3, 4 slated due up here with nobody out. This is where you need to start to see maybe that crooked number start to get up on the scoreboard.
2-0. There's a strike on the top rail.
Non. Mais ici, il y a une étape. Il y a une étape.
High leverage guys arrested to they need to be on their A game.
Exactement.
2-1 runs up and inside for ball 3.
Pourquoi? Attends.
Now on the other side,
j'avais rajouté une étape dans le flow pour que tu sauvegardes
Yeah, I mean,
des
another
codes
interesting dynamic we haven't talked about with Angel
des
Macari.
tests
Not fluent in Chinese.
end-to-end on playwright
tell him what his catcher needs to say to him.
Le projet. Pourtant, hier, je l'avais testé. Il l'a bien enregistré. Tout était déjà là.
Southpaw starts moving around in the bullpen.
Je ne vois pas.
Looks like we might see some double barrel action. We will indeed. We will see a right. We'll see a left-hander moving around.
Ouais, je
See a
dis.
right-hander start to get moving around.
Non, Andro, il est là.
Now here
Attends.
comes Armando Ferrer. Going out to
Non,
talk
c'était
things
ici,
over with the
end-to-one
home plate umpire
generate.
about the possibility of the mound visit rule. And that's what we saw yesterday between Diablos and Kane County. It was Diablos who ended up using up all of their mound visits. They had eventually
Ici,
go
c'était
to
ici.
the bullpen. And this was a player-run mound visit, but it doesn't matter. A mound visit's a mound visit regardless.
And that's maybe where it can get confusing.
Ouais, je vérifie, peut-être il l'a ajouté ici, mais je suis sûr. Hier, il y avait ici end-to-one generate. Il n'y a pas Corbeil.
Looks like we're good here.
Ouais, il l'a modifié, il l'a rajouté dans le flow de QA validé et tout.
And now the tying run comes to the plate in
Il a-
Eduardo Blanco.
Ici.
And once again, another mound visit.
And it looks like just a chat here with Angel Macare. That's the third walk of the game for Luis Mateo as well. Just seeing the ball really well, but been talking about it. Blanco
Ok,
Gonzalez. This
Moi, moi j'avais créé un end-to-end.python. End-to-end generate.python. Attends, on peut même voir l'historique. Attends. Heureusement, il y a l'historique.
Well, those two have been a non-factor so far, Colin.
Yeah, and now a real opportunity for this Cuban team to potentially flip the script
Resume.
with 2 runs already across and a little bit of trouble here for the brothers.
Runner at first and Mateo. Eduardo Blanco steps in. It's been a tough day for him. A fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. The first pitch. Zips it in for a called strike at 88 at the top of the zone. The 0-1. Ground ball through the left side.
Il va me dire qu'est-ce qu'on a fait ici. Je vais juste ouvrir un autre.
Station to station goes the Crocodiles. And now the go-ahead run steps up to the plate in Gonzales. Eduardo Blanco has shown up here in Mexico City.
This is the first inning we've seen just this Crocodiles team starting to put it together. It looks like it's going to be the end of Macare's night, but 3 hits and a walk all in a row. And it looks like they're starting to come to life.
C'était ça la dernière session, 23h. Puis on va voir ce qu'on a fait.
Here come the Crocodiles. A left-hander trots on in from the bullpens beyond the left field wall. It's 6-4 Brothers. Don't turn the dial.
23 minutes. historique ici.
Well, here come the Crocodiles.
Je me souviens, je lui ai dit modifier le scénario.
Quien takes over in relief, the left-hander from the first base
Je lui ai
side of
dit,
the rubber, and once again another pressure cooker spot.
ouais, exact, regarde. That's the generation of added to the workflow. I don't need to ask
Nothing in one on
for its
Yasiel
implementation
Gonzalez.
again. Je lui ai dit, rajoute là. On va redire ça, on va voir. Je me souviens, je l'ai fait. En plus, c'était. Non, non, c'est pas une
Story
question.
of the tournament
Ouais,
so
c'est
far for most of these young kids. The 0-1. Almost to the backstop.
encore c'était une
Keeps it
discussion
in.
de c'est vrai, mais aucune implémentation a été. Ajoute un
And try to go back
to
to
un
breaking ball.
generate
First pitch just did not
for
have
un
the release
Python.
point. And again, in elevation, a poor release point is either a cement mixer or it's way out. 1-1. Line drive, left center field. It's down and into the gap. Rounding third, heading home is Mateo. He's going to score. Up to third goes Blanco. The tying run is 90 feet away at third. And the Crocodiles have shown up here in the bottom of the seventh inning. It's a one-run game.
Yeah, this one just stroked into left center field. A good piece of hitting there from Gonzalez. And finally, the middle part of this Crocodiles order coming through in a big way. And just like that, that lead, that Chinese Taipei
Ouais, un script comme ça, Python.
shrunk to just one run.
And the infield will get drawn up. Everyone playing up close and on the infield turf.
Non, je t'ai dit pourquoi. Parce que le skill, c'est celui-là, QA validate. Ça, c'est le skill. Lui, il a injecté comme étape dans le skill QA validate. Donc, il va passer, puis ensuite, il va arriver à l'étape pour la génération des tests end-to-end. Il va appeler le Python pour les tokens. Et aussi, c'est déjà intégré dans ce workflow. Comme toi, tu fais appel à init, à helper, à tout. Lui aussi, il fait appel à end-to-end generate. Donc, c'est juste pour suivre le même flow. C'est le flow.
Yeah, it was 6-2 going into the bottom of this inning, and with Angel Macari looking like he was just cruising, and all of a sudden, I mean, this Crocodiles team has woke up. There's nobody out with a runner at third base, so you really have to dig deep if you're the Brothers, and they're a young team, and this might be where experience outshines potential.
Jose Noronha now steps in. A base hit back in the fourth inning. It was wiped away on a double play. A 1-for-3 morning so far has now turned into the afternoon sunshine. The first pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Tying run 90 feet away with Eduardo Blanco.
Ouais.
The 0-1. Pops him up. Right field, down the line, very shallow. Long run for Chen. He misses it, whiffs it. It drops in fair. Rounding and scoring will be Blanco. Up to second goes Gonzalez. A little fister down the right field line. And we're tied at 6.
C'est mieux. Script Python, il va l'appeler parce qu'il va modifier aussi QA validate. Il va intégrer le flow qu'il doit appeler le fichier Python pour l'utiliser. Andro, peut-être parce que j'ai ça qui n'est pas activé. Parce que moi, ouais, je sais. Non, c'est juste pour éviter les confusions. Peux-tu juste faire un backup de ton côté du dossier actuel? Parce que moi, je vais activer ça pour si quelque chose casse, au moins on aura un backup. Fais une copie. Ok, donc on a déjà le backup. Ok, on va faire ça. On va
Sixth game.
Hmm.
Xiao Chung Tang steps up on the first base side of the rubber, the right-hander. Will now face Andres Perez. With runners at first and second, still nobody out in the bottom of the seventh.
Ouais, 13 de
First pitch
86.
on the way. Fouls it off right field out of play. Goes down as a RBI single for Jose Noriega. And it's just an overrun by Chen down the right field line.
On va Attends,
What a bottom of the inning it's been here for the Crocodiles. 5 hits,
on reconfigure
run,
le tout.
4 singles.
0-1 misses downstairs to even the count up at 1. Now Perez, it's been a tough one so far. A couple of strikeouts and then a double play ball.
Attends.
A step off from Tang. He wants a reset. His first appearance here in Baseball Champions League 2026, and that's the tightest spot of the afternoon. 1-1. Ground ball to third, and it's
Donc on n'est pas synchronisé sur le même dossier, logiquement.
Heading Holmes Gonzalez, the throw. It's going to be late. Up to third, the tag applied. Not in time. Sliding in safely first to third goes Noriega. And for the first time in the ball game, the Cuban team has found themselves in front.
Mais on a généré un.
It's not a bad location. It's just a better job by Perez to go out and get it and shoot it right between short and third.
Il faut voir.
And this big inning for the Crocodiles just continues.
Exactement. C'est ça que je crois pas. Parce que regarde, moi, quand je viens ici, regarde. Attends. Ouais, regarde, Open Drive Folder. Ici, moi, je suis sur. Comme je suis vraiment les étapes que tu avais mettre dans le document. Attends, je vais ouvrir le lien. Attends. Je vais ouvrir le lien pour voir la configuration ensemble. Celle que tu m'as envoyée. Là.
Just misses outside for ball 1. 7-6, a 5 spot here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Started with that 2-run home run at the top of the
Regarde, configuration Drive. Et partagé. Ça est partagé via Google Drive par bureau. La synchronisation automatique bidirectionnelle. Tout changement local apparaît dans le Drive. OK. Comment configurer? Installer, c'est installé. Se connecter avec le compte, c'est déjà connecté. Durant la configuration, l'étape synchronisée avec Google Dev.
It's now 8-6 Crocodiles.
I mean, what an inning.
Ouais, ça c'est autre chose.
A lot of singles, as you said, 4 in a row when it comes to the RBI singles, the big fly as well. And everybody top to bottom has produced. I mean, they have a real chance here to get 9.
Non, ça c'est le web. 17 mars.
If Luis Sanchez can reach right here.
Ouais, ça c'est le web. Parce que 17 mars, même dans le web, regarde, quand je fais ouvrir, je me souviens aussi c'est 17 mars. Donc, si on recule, on revient ici, on continue avec les étapes, regarde, et sélectionne document, / donc moi, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? J'ai fait vraiment les mêmes étapes. Ici, open, document, j'avais mis ça ici, je l'ai ouvert. Parce que, normalement, logiquement, je dois sélectionner dans Google Drive, Shared Drives. Regarde, ici, il n'y a pas. Il n'y a pas le QA, notre dossier QA Jira Test. Il n'est pas dans le Shared Drive. Ouais, je suis là-dessus déjà. Je suis dedans.
That means outside of this inning, only 5 hits and 2 runs. It has certainly been an explosion here for the Cubans.
Tu dois le voir ici, normalement.
Missing down and inside. Well, the Brothers once had a 6-1 lead, or 6-2 lead rather, coming into the inning.
Que tu as partagé le web avec moi, pas le desktop.
The Crocodiles. This game has turned completely on its head.
Hmm. Mais aussi,
The 1-0.
la documentation est un peu fausse.
Tries a
Donc,
hole
ajouter
in swing,
dossier
but he goes
sélectionné
three-fourths
slash
of the way
document, donc
around.
c'est pas la bonne. Non. Parce que là, ça
Even
va
on that
pinguer
one.
dans mon local. Donc, ça n'a rien à voir avec le tien. Ça, c'est pour moi, pour
Looks now
partager avec
basketball.
toi. Setup d'un nouveau membre, accepter, regarde, là, ici. Ouvrez Google Drive, allez dans Share with me, partagez avec moi, trouvez le dossier Jira test, clic droit, organiser, ajouter un raccourci, choisir My Drive.
So Brian Pena,
Ok, on va.
he comes out of the ball game, and we'll see a pinch runner.
On va voir. Shared with me.
Hand yellow
Elle
today,
est
it
là.
looks like, coming in.
On va aller ici. Organiser. Non, non, non.
So
Non,
all
non,
is
non,
scratching
non.
in our scorecards.
Organiser.
That
Ah,
umpire
je t'ai dit,
scratches
ajouter
in
un
his notebook.
raccourci. Donc, clic droit. Organiser. Ajouter raccourci.
So Viday takes over at first. The 1-1. Line drive. It's fouled down the third base side. 2 minutes for hooking.
That was a rocket, too. See if he can straighten that out. It's been a good day for Esteban Terry. 2 for 3.
Dans le local ou.
That double back in the third inning was the first run
Normalement ici.
that they scratched across. Coming in on a Luis Mateo RBI fielder's choice. Ground ball over the shortstop. This could be a
Non,
two-ball.
tu dois,
Single for
c'est
one.
tout le monde de ton côté, Andro. Tu dois partager ça.
Finally
Moi pour
stitched together
toi.
after the bleeding continues to roll. But a six spot by the
Si tu veux,
Crocodiles
partage-moi ton écran, on va
take an
suivre.
8-6 lead as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Half of the 8th inning, and things have turned for the worse for the Brothers. At one point, they were leading this game by a score of 6-2, but a 6-run bottom half of inning number 8 has changed the tides, and now the Crocodiles have the advantage. Frank Alvarez takes over in relief on the mound. Lanky right-hander will now face the back half of this order for Chinese Taipei. Chui Chun-Lin will step in to lead things off. First pitch misses outside for ball 1.
Ça, c'est pour toi seulement, pas pour moi.
Looked like they were going to cruise to a potential victory here.
Little nubber off the end of the bat to the second baseman, Ramon, to first for the first out.
I mean, they scored 5 runs in 3 innings, and since they've only drawn across one more run, and that was last inning in the 7th.
Attends, recule.
Now you're chasing a run and potentially
À côté de Google Disk, ouais. Parce que l'autre, c'est ton Mac, donc c'est local à toi. C'est écrit mon Mac, donc c'est pour toi. Qu'est-ce que... Ouvrir, non. Ouais, ouvrir dans le Finder. Disque partagé. Ouvre disque partagé.
Looks like Weita Su coming
Essaye de
in.
mettre ici. Mais comment faire? Ouais, essaye de mettre ton dossier en local, mets-le ici. Il va synchroniser normalement, je vais avoir accès. Fais un clic droit.
Su fouls it to our left. Counts even up at 1.
Rare veteran on this Brothers team. This 11 years in pro ball. He's 35.
Takes for a ball. Now 2-1. And an
Ouais,
RBI sacrifice
mais j'ai
fly
pas
back
accès.
in the bottom of the
Mais il
first
doit
inning
être.
in game 1 versus Dantos. 2-1, back up the middle, stabbed by the shortstop Mateo, over to first, a
Donc,
gorgeous gem.
moi,
Here's the second out of the inning
j'ai
with
accès
the
à disque
highlight reel.
partagé. Je vois tous les dossiers que tu vois
It's
maintenant.
amazing how much half an inning can change things. We saw the Brothers having their own highlight reel with Angel Correa. Now here we are, right back up the middle. And a great play by Mateo Terry. Just spiking that one down and making the easy throw on over to first for out number 2.
A lot of extra spin on it, kicking off the top of the mound. Shang-Hi Yang steps in. First pitch.
Ouais, parce que logiquement, il doit être dans le disque partagé. Je dois le voir et toi, tu dois le voir. Et les deux, on va pinguer sur le même dossier. On va travailler.
Tough thing to catch up to.
The 0-1. Goes back with the gas. Swing and a miss. Now down 0-2.
Non, Andro, tu vas partager juste le dossier.
The 0-2 now.
Andro,
Fastball missing
tu vas
upstairs.
partager juste le dossier QA Gira Test seulement. Qui doit.
If he keeps trying to get him with the gas or if he maybe switches up speeds here.
The 1-2. Spoils it foul, and we'll try it again. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Exactement, parce que de base, il est dans slash document, slash QA Gira Test. C'est ça. Donc, exact. Il faut modifier le faire qui doit pinguer dans les disques partagés. Et moi, de mon côté aussi, je dois utiliser les disques partagés. Donc, ça, c'est une petite modification dans la configuration. Dans tous les cas, on va ouvrir ça avec Windsurf. Donc, Windsurf, il va travailler et lui, il va synchroniser. Ouais. Oui. Ouais. Non, 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 c'est pas ça. Non, 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 c'est pas, je suis sûr. Clique, c'est ton disque. Regarde en haut, c'est écrit mon disque. Ça, c'est des dossiers par défaut de Google Drive. Non, j'ai accès, mais c'est le mien. Attends, je te montre. Chacun, il a sa propre. Regarde, regarde mon écran. Regarde dans My Drive. Chacun, il a sa. Attends, je vais ouvrir ça dans ça. Ah, come on. Regarde, ici, Google Drive. Moi aussi, j'ai My Drive et j'ai Share Drives. My Drive, c'est à moi. Je ne vois pas tes dossiers. Non, ça, c'est à moi, personnel. Et ça, c'est par exemple la compagnie avec Vauban. Ils ont partagé ça avec nous. Donc, on les voit tous. Donc, pour avoir un dossier partagé entre moi et toi, dans le cas où QA Gira Test, il doit être dans Shared Devices, Drives, puis ensuite le type d'accès, Manage Shared Drives. Le type d'accès, ici le type d'accès, tu dois juste faire moi, juste mon email. Donc, c'est juste moi qui va le voir. Par exemple, ça, c'est parfait pour nous.
Takes ball 1. It was a home run to right field an inning prior. I got the Crocodiles back within a striking distance. And it was a bat around 7th inning.
L'autre, c'est
That
web.
damage was done. Pitch is skied high.
Ouais.
First base side, foul territory.
Ça, shared
First
folder,
baseman
regarde,
Sue
cet
will
email,
take
c'est pour
charge,
le
make
web.
the catch. And there's one out to begin things here in the 8th.
Donc, c'est pas la même chose. Ça, c'est pour... Déjà, je t'ai dit, la documentation est pas bonne. Donc, ici, accepter dossier partagé et tout, shared with me.
Specifically, the CTBC Brothers have a lot of high hopes for. Drafted him in the 2nd round in this last year's draft. He's fresh out of high school, and as you said, first time throwing on the jersey and throwing pitches for his new team.
Coming halfway around the world to do it.
OK.
First pitch on the way
Partage-moi ton
to
écran.
Luis
Ouais.
Mateo.
Je vois.
Sends it foul first base side into the stands.
That's a pretty epic way to start your career, though.
Non, si tu veux, prends ton temps. Dès que tout est prêt, juste envoie-moi, on va faire un autre appel. C'est pas grave. Prends ton temps. Là, c'est moi aussi, je vais chercher de mon côté. Allez, ciao. Pas de souci, prends ton temps.
No one in the stands today because of the closed doors in the afternoon games. He's going to eventually make his way back to Chinese Taipei, and well, things are going to change in a blink of an eye for the young kid, the 0-2. Check swing. Does he go around? No, he does not, says the first base umpire, Edwin Hernandez.
Like the right call there. But yeah, his whole future in front of him, and it's just been cool to see. I mean, a lot of these guys, the future of the Brothers roster, I mean, talking about the next 2 to 3 years.
Chopper on the ground to shortstop. Yang has it chest high. Throws it on to first for the 2nd out of the inning.
And so far, so good for the young 19-year-old.
A spinning breaking ball stays a little bit upstairs. Is able to get a mistake swing on it. And that's also where part of the growth is from these pitchers. And I've talked with a lot of them, of course, with the American Association and across the Fall League and their rise to try and get to Major League Baseball. And for most of them, it's that realization that even if you don't have your best stuff on any given day, you still have to remember that the best hitters in the world are going to still fail 7 times out of 10. And you have the advantage on the mound. 1-0 is taken for a called strike.
It is absolutely true. I mean, it's one of the rare sports where if you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're considered one of the best.
The 1-1. Smashed into right center, tailing shallow, reaching out. The center fielder Huang makes the running grab, and that will end the inning. To the top of the 9th we go. The Brothers, last 3 outs to play with, and pretty much the last 3 outs possibly in their tournament. If you're just joining us, this is what the line score has looked like this afternoon. It was a early scoring for the Brothers in the first couple of frames. They were held to really nothing over the last few innings, but then a 6-run bottom of the 7th inning from the Crocodiles of the Cuban League. And here comes the last 3 outs for the Brothers. A square round bunt pulls back and takes ball 1. Ziquan Chen, the 9-hitter, due up in the top of the order to follow. Misses upstairs for a ball.
Yeah.
Armando Duanes now takes over in relief for the Crocodiles.
He's got an interesting set. In the first one, he had a really, really long leg kick. Second pitch, though, held it a little bit less. And that one kind of in between, so definitely mixing it up at least on his release and his timing.
Well, behind 3-0, and it is only a 2-run game. Bloop and blast territory, especially with the top of the lineup coming up for the Brothers. 3-0. Taken all the way, and it's a called strike at 88. Zhilun Cheng sitting on deck, and he would certainly love to have a base runner in front of him, especially with the game in the balance. 3-1. Squares, pulls back, takes strike 2 at the top shelf. Three-two. Misses outside for ball 4, about a ball off the plate. Gutsy take, but it draws the lead-off repass. Now the tying run comes up to the plate. The top of the order, no less.
Right where you want to be if you're Chinese Taipei with a runner on and all of this damage that we already know can be done with these next few hitters coming up. The question is, do they have one more run in them to try to flip this game?
They just haven't been able to scratch out the hits since those first 3 innings. A whole lot of nothing from the hits department. They got 2 hits in the top of the 7th inning, but most of their production has been working walks. And the first pitch misses upstairs for ball 1.
Well, you never want to completely write it off, but it has been 17 straight innings now, no home runs for this Chinese Taipei team. We've discussed that that's not their game, so they are going to have to try to string things together, put together hits, be patient at the plate, and really make Armando Duenas work.
We are seeing a mound visit coming in from Frank Sanchez. I beg your pardon, it'll be Yonder Martinez. Multiple pitching coaches on this Cuban roster here.
Yeah, and he's getting some coaching on the fly.
Well, sometimes you're going into your off season, you're having something to work on. Of course, the Cubans also play their season over the course of the winter. But you're going into these last few games here, and really it is on the fly. You're coming into a high-pressure situation. Usually you don't want to see mechanics being brought into something like a situation like this, but when there's something that needs to be said, there's something that needs to be said. 1-0 rushes upstairs, and everything's missing up high so far from Duanes.
Zhilun Cheng with a pair of hits in this one already. He's worked himself into patient counts.
2-0. Fires it right down Main Street for a strike. That's a difference of 4 miles an hour from upstairs 90 plus missing for a ball, and then 88 over the heart of the plate for a strike. 2-1. Misses upstairs again for a ball. Back-to-back batters see a 3-ball count.
And the Crocodiles are putting their eggs in the Duenas basket. There is nobody warming up currently. So they're at least going to let him have a bit of a longer leash.
3-1, finds the inside part of the plate for a strike. Saw Cheng Mingping, the manager for the Brothers, talking things over with Chunlin Huang. A possibility that if Cheng were to reach, you would imagine that the small ball would once again be enacted. The 3-2. Lashes it foul down the third base side.
right as I say that, they are starting to get an arm loose in that bullpen for the Crocodiles.
Well, it's at that time where you're seeing back-to-back full counts of 3 and 2 with the big bats coming up for the Brothers sitting on deck and in the hole. 3-2 again. Foul ball, third base side. We'll try this once again.
Cheng is hanging in there. Worked this count full, a couple of foul balls in a row now.
It's one battle after another. 3-2. Flips it to center. Shallow. Charging in is Blanco. He can't get it. It falls in for a base hit. The tying run now aboard. Here come the Brothers, and here comes Xinlin Huang. He had the RBI triple and a base hit earlier today. A 2-for-3 contest.
Yeah, feels like if the Brothers are going to do this, this is where it's going to come from. Between Xinlin Huang and Xiao Yu Su. Both these guys finding some success at the plate today. And with runners in good position to try to push across the tying run and perhaps maybe even go ahead.
Expect the bunt to be on. The corners are ready for it. They're crashing.
It makes sense.
Huang stays back. He takes ball one. Xiao Yu Su on deck, and he's got the pop. But we've also seen Huang put a charge into a baseball earlier today. The 1-0. Chopper. That's why the bag got third foul.
Well, and obviously he's got the green light to swing away right now. The thought would be with a bunt, you'd move runners into second and third, just one out, so you have two in scoring position to tie the game.
But at the same time, it's also one of your best hitters stepping in with a chance to possibly tie it with one swing.
Yeah, the Crocodiles still aren't buying it yet. Corners in.
1-1. Jackknives him out of the way. 2-1 now. And that right-hander is now starting to rush things in the bullpen for the Crocodiles. Now Andres Perez is starting to move towards the first base dugout. He's going to need a new glove.
Interesting.
Sometimes a lace doesn't exactly get as tight as you're looking for, or maybe a lace even pops. And again, these catchers typically have multiple gloves. One they use for bullpens, one they use for the game.
Ready?
Every once in a while, that gamer can sometimes just have a little extra looseness to it.
Ouais.
2-1. Sends it foul, third base side once again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. 8-6 in favor of the Crocodiles, but the Brothers with a chance to find their way back in the ball game with their last 3 breaths to play with. The 2-2. Ground ball to third and through into left, a base hit. Rounding third, heading home. There will be no play. Sliding across his chin safely. The Brothers push the tying run into scoring position. Xinlin Huang with his second RBI of the day. And now the go-ahead run sits on base for the Brothers.
Just a good piece of hitting through the hole on the left side. And the fight is definitely there on this Brothers team. Just chasing a run now. Nobody out, 3 straight reaching. And we'll see what Cuba decides to do, but it looks like they are, for now at least, going to stick with Dueñas.
Xiao Su steps in. The big right-hander.
Ouais, fais enregistrer.
First inning, but a couple of strikeouts and a walk. First pitch. Fires in a strike low and outside on the corner.
Notify.
Exciting game. 12 hits apiece, 8-7 on the scoreboard.
The tying run sits in scoring position. The 0-1. Fouls it back. It's now 0-2.
On va voir de mon côté maintenant, si j'ai reçu ou pas.
Cheng at second, Huang at first. And Su, the big right-hander, with a chance to tie it, and if not, give the Brothers the lead. But behind 0-2, the pitch on the way. Spoils it foul, and we'll do this once again.
Ok, attends, je partage mon écran aussi. Share. Je
One-run game in the top of the ninth inning.
Open. Ouais, je le vois.
The 0-2. Chopper to second. Giving ground is Ramon. Bobbles it. Nowhere to go with it.
Partagez avec moi.
An E4 for the surely-handed second baseman.
Ouais, c'est pas à jour. Je
Now
vois
the
ici
brothers
faire
have
du...
them loaded up. The tying and go-ahead runs are now in scoring position. As the training staff will go take a look at Ramon at second after getting handcuffed.
Yeah, that's a tough play. I mean, you're looking at potentially a double play if that gets fielded cleanly in a real interesting situation with a runner at third and 2 outs. Instead, bases juiced. And I believe we're seeing a pinch hitter here in Zai Zhao in this four spot to try to produce with the bases loaded.
The tides have shifted here inside of Estadio Alfredo Harpelu, and we'll go to the bullpen. So Armando Duanes gets chased. A right-hander will start making his way from the bullpen. And how about the brothers? They've had the bases loaded back in the seventh. They only were able to scrap across a run.
Je vais tout fermer.
Normalement
ici, qu'est-ce qu'il t'a dit, Claude, pour ne pas...
Brander Goodire now
Okay.
steps in now to take the ball for the Crocodiles. Pinch hitter Zai Zhao now steps in.
Ouais.
First pitch on the way is taken downstairs for ball one.
What an opportunity for Zhao, 18 years old, with the bases loaded, chasing a run in the top of the ninth. Things you dream of.
The 1-0.
Ouais.
Big swing comes up empty. Count evens up.
And for Guevara, I mean, just a tough spot to have to come in. Nobody out, bases loaded.
Okay.
With your team chasing one. Something's got to give.
Well, no more than 10 minutes ago, Guevara was just sitting around in that bullpen. The 1-1. Another swing and a miss. 94 on the gun. It's now 1-2. He had to quickly get loose and ready to roll.
He's rifling that in there. It's got a little bit of movement too, so if he can find the accuracy and hit his edges, it's a good-looking pitch, that fastball.
The 1-2. Jams him. He fights to stay alive.
It's Just never say die on this Brothers team today.
Started off so well in those first couple of innings, and then just couldn't get any momentum offensively until here in the ninth. The 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike three.
Est-ce que tu m'as envoyé?
Strikeout.
Parce que j'ai rien reçu.
Cuban team. I mean, all of a sudden, a double play can put this thing to bed. And he just did it again, overpowering him with that fastball.
Ok.
A little bit of
Ouais,
outside
regarde.
run.
Tu vois mon écran? On va aller ensemble, étape par étape. Hein. Donc là, dans document, regarde, dans document, j'ai le dossier. Ça, c'est à moi. On est d'accord. Il est là, il est là.
One away, top of the ninth. The first pitch.
Ouais, je vais.
Way outside at 93.
Ouais, je sais, j'ai fait copier. C'est juste pour confirmer que, parce que lui, il va copier document slash QA. Document QA, j'ai le mien. Ok. Hein. Je vais coller la première. Ça, c'est la première commande.
Sue at first. 1-0.
Not directory. Ok, donc.
For a strike. Evens things up at 1.
Guevara just looking for that ground ball back up the middle. Get this double play and end the game.
Is 1-1. Line drive the other way. Charging in Noronha. He makes the catch. Tagging for third and coming across to score to tie the game at 8-8. The third run batted in for who? And we are all level at 8 apiece with 2 outs in the ninth and up to third. Representing the go-ahead run is Chinlin Huang.
Been big on this one. I mean, 3 RBIs as you mentioned, and good base running there by Huang to get himself over to third base and potentially push across this leading run going into the bottom of the ninth.
Ok, je comprends. Donc, je dois être dans ce directory, puis ensuite, la même chose.
Folks, this copyright telecast is presented by the authority of the Baseball Champions League. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Il va continuer en espagnol.
No balls and a strike, 2 outs, 8-8, all squared up. The 0-1.
Ok, attends, je vais mettre.
First, foul. Nothing 2.
Ouais.
It is a big pinch up the middle by Terry and Ramon, the shortstop and the second baseman.
Étape par étape.
Obviously have the scouting report here on Lynn, thinking that's where he's going to go.
RBI single back in the third inning, reached base on an error.
Exécute ça.
It is a big hole on this right side between second and first.
Ok, maintenant, oui, il a accès. Yes. Non. L'autre, c'est pas grave. Il va juste accéder dans ça, dans my drive. C'est pas grave. Ça, c'est normal. Ça, c'est une petite commande.
The 1-2. Misses ever so tightly just off the inside.
Yeah, it looks like it was definitely inside, but the entire Crocodiles team was taking at least one step towards the dugout.
Runners at the corners, 2-2. Inside again.
It's almost the same spot.
This time it was with the was with the off speed. Ju Chun-Lin. Single back in the third inning. So you have one more of them here to give his ball club the lead. The payoff. Takes a called third strike, and that will put a bookmark in the top of the ninth inning We go to the ninth. We're tied at 8. The Crocodiles just need 1 as we go to the home ninth. All tied at 8.
Oui, dis-moi. C'est quoi next?
We welcome you back here inside of
Ah,
Estadio Alfredo Harpelou. We go to the bottom of the ninth, tied 8-8, with the Crocodiles a chance to walk it off. But we're not done yet here for
My mark.
day 2 of Baseball Champions League
What's the
action.
ball?
Tonight, the
Oh,
Diablos
location.
of
Okay.
Mexico,
My.
despite being their home ballpark, will play as the visitors against the Los Dantos de
Ok,
Managua.
donc là,
Game 2 for both of those ball clubs with Mexico. They're chasing
Pardon.
themselves a victory with Los Dantos could
Okay.
possibly take sole possession of first place here in Baseball Champions League 2026. We are all tied at 8 with
Celle-là?
Yanciel Gonzalez leading things off. First pitch. Takes a spinner for a strike. Nothing in 1.
Ok,
Game will start at
ouais. Maintenant, on le
9
voit.
o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock here from Mexico City. Yo 1. Downstairs for a ball.
Vas-y,
Still
c'est
lays
ce
2
que
out
j'ai
there for
reçu.
the brothers.
Fell back to the netting.
Put together a really nice 8th inning, retiring him 1-2-3. Again, just 19 years old.
Ça.
19 years old, did his job in that 8th inning to hold the top of the lineup card, but now has the big boy bats of 4, 5, and 6, Gonzalez, Noronha, and Perez.
Ok, on est là-dedans.
Chopper back up the middle and through into center, a base hit. The winning run has found himself on base. And the Cubans can manufacture something here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and we will have a pinch runner with Gonzalez single to start things off. That's back-to-back at-bats with hits.
I think that's probably the right call, and his bat is finally starting to come through for this Cuban lineup. It looks like the pinch runner,
Juan Martinez.
We see what Noronha will do. I mean, he is 2 for 4. We know he's certainly capable with the bat. I doubt we're going to see a bunt laid down.
Ok, dis-moi, qu'est-ce que tu fais next?
He's looking at that sign
Moi, je te...
right now to see.
And third base coach just went, palms up. What do you want to do, man? You're in control here.
The third base is pinching in a little bit.
Pour activer la synchronisation, tu veux dire?
First pitch.
Ça.
Takes outside. Well, Martinez, he's there for speed purposes. Two runs in the top of the 9th for the brothers to tie things up. The 1-0. Gives it a deep drive foul down the left field line.
Well, we were talking about it before, and you can see it on Noronha's face. I mean, he got what he was looking for, and he was all over it. He was just early. Just jumped on it too much, got a little too excited. Fouled it off to the left side.
The 1-1. Takes upstairs for a ball. Borderline pitch. Could have gone either way.
Donc là, qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Il est en train de copier mes changements dans le folder de...
It's the breaking ball. A bullet slider trying it upstairs. It's a dangerous spot to be putting breaking pitches. 2-1. Inside, almost swipes the legs underneath Noronha. But it misses for ball 3.
Amazing that didn't hit him, to be honest.
I completely jumped out of the way.
And that was right at his legs, and he just shuffled himself right out of the way.
Mais est-ce que je dois faire ça?
Well, the World Baseball Classic this year, Ozzy Albies hit the first
Ok, mais est-ce que je dois faire ça à chaque fois que je fais des changements ou...
In pool play. 3-1 is pulled foul. It's now full 3-2. And Baseball Champions League in its 3rd edition, I believe we have yet to see a walk-off home run.
Well, I think this Cuban team has the sticks to do it.
And this ballpark specifically.
Okay.
Three-two again. Runner breaks. He's taking a strike. Throws down to second. Strike him out. Not in time at second. Martinez was breaking as soon as the leg lift was thrown from Sue.
Rajoute tabarnak à la fin.
Might see a challenge, and we absolutely will.
Definitely looked like the throw beat him there. Question is what happened on the tag.
It's normal. Okay.
Throw comes in, and it's maybe that tag was just too high.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, did he swipe him on the knee? I think that's going to be the question here.
Martinez goes for that back corner.
Right? Yeah.
Now the question is his foot, though, popping off? Because we kind of see him slide a little bit past second base.
I think he misses the knee. So you're right. I think that's the next question, Trevor.
Demande-lui est-ce qu'il utilise l'Internet ou pas, parce que mon Internet est un peu lente, donc si avec l'Internet, ça va prendre largement beaucoup de temps. Peut-être on va même attendre, puis ensuite je vais te rappeler. Je crois oui, parce qu'il fait une synchronisation dans le web. Si. Ouais.
Looks like the only time he touches him is on the chest, and at that point, I think the right leg is already on second base.
And if the call were to stand, the winning run would be in scoring position. With one out in the bottom of the ninth.
Ouais.
Here's that frame by frame again. You see, misses the knee. Looks like maybe gets him on the thigh.
But that foot's already there, and it looks like he's staying on. I mean, there's a whole cloud of dust, so you can't really see after that point.
Yeah, it's almost like it's blurring out the base.
It looks like this call should stand. But we never know.
Ou bien on peut continuer dès qu'il finit, je te rappelle et on va continuer ensemble. C'est mieux.
This is our third one of these today. These close bang plays, and they've all seemed to matter in the end.
Ok, je vois la commande de Simlink.
We have seen challenges from every single game so far in the tournament.
And it just shows why it's so necessary to have it.
Well, especially when you have the ability to run these challenges. This would be a pretty good view as well. Especially on the high tag.
Yeah, it's hard to see where his foot is.
Well, it looks like it's on the pillow. Right there.
Okay.
Coming back.
Donc ça, c'est après ces étapes-là, il va créer la synchronisation.
Stolen base for Juan Martinez. We'll see a mound visit and also some explanation from manager Chang Ming Ping. He just wants to know exactly what the umpires down on the field were looking at.
Yeah, there's a little 2-for-1 action here. We're settled on one.
Well, we'll take care of the mound visit next. But from what I'm seeing is, I don't think it was the initial tag. I think it was they were thinking that Martinez possibly slid past second base, and that's why they wanted the explanation. Was it because he was initially safe, or did he not slide off the bag in general?
Yeah, and he might have slid off the bag, at least through the bag. I don't know if he ever came off of it, though.
I thought he did.
Attends.
But now you got the
Non,
winning
l'autre c'est pour le projet
on speed.
que je t'ai expliqué que j'avais modifié dans l'architecture pour que ça soit dans l'environnement. Donc ça, après, quand je... Ouais. Ouais, quand je règle le tout, parce qu'apparemment, il n'a pas sauvegardé, je règle le tout, je vais te montrer comment juste régler ça. Ajouter comme variable d'environnement. Pour éviter que toi, tu utilises mon email ou moi, j'utilise les credentials. Donc, c'est tout. Normalement, je vais juste faire les deux étapes qui manquent. J'ai une question. Quand je fais tout est synchronisé. C'est quel dossier que je dois ouvrir dans Witcher? Mais moi, j'étais en local, Andro. J'étais dans slash document. Ouais. Il faut demander peut-être à Claude, dis-lui s'il veut travailler sur le projet, il doit. Ok.
It's just missing. It's tight.
Yeah, tried to bring that breaking ball back in. Just missed the front edge.
Annulé.
Two-0. Swing and a miss. Goes after the bender on the wipeout. 2-1. Game one of the day in nitty-gritty time. Winning run in scoring position at second.
Mais clic droit, fais un clic droit.
Brothers in the Crocodiles.
Reveal in Finder.
2-1.
Troisième option.
Outside off the plate for ball 3.
Donc là, tu es où? Tu es dans document.
How close the score is, the most exciting game we've seen so far.
Okay.
Especially in the late innings. It was a 6-run bottom of the 6th inning. That'll be an intentional walk. They'll just allow Perez to take first base. His run is insignificant, so instead of trying to pitch to him on 3-1, they'll just allow him the free pass, and I'll give Aniello Vidette, who came in to pinch hit earlier.
Yeah, not only is the run insignificant, it sets back up the double play ball, so with one swing of the bat, you can get yourself out of this inning.
So Vidette came in as a pinch runner. This will be his first at-bat. Runners at first and second in the game, once again on the line. Outfield shading in to get ready to fire. And timeout is called.
Ouais. Je dois le voir dans.
The first pitch.
Ouais. Si tu veux. Ouais. Je peux voir avec lui.
Still backing up his chin near the warning track, slides and makes the catch. Tagging for third.
Juste dis-lui s'il veut travailler sur le projet pour que le Automatic Sync fonctionne, il va ouvrir quel dossier. C'est ça.
And there's 2 outs with men on the corners.
That is an unreal play there by Shane. I mean, this thing potentially, I thought it was gone when he first hit it, just the way this ballpark works. But the ability to just keep on tracking it, never giving up, goes.
Ok, je crois qu'on peut continuer les étapes ensemble. Il reste pas trop. Attends, je te partage mon écran. Je vois ici, synchronise, il reste moins d'une minute.
I'll bring up Luis Sanchez. A base hit back in the 5th inning. 1 for 4 days so far. Martinez in his speed, 90 feet away at third. He's looking for a ball in the dirt or something to squirt away from the catcher. Who?
Ouais.
The first pitch. Straightens him up.
Ah.
Starts things off 1-0.
Donc, je dois utiliser Paiement, QA et Girates. That's it.
Sanchez, the only bat not to get in on the action on that huge 7th inning for Cuba.
Popped out to the shortstop.
Ouais.
The next batter would turn into a 6-4-3 double play. Who sits on deck? Esteban Terry.
Ouais. Okay.
There's a bag open, but I don't think you want to see Terry. He's been having a pretty good game despite the double play.
Mhm.
The 1-0. Takes a strike. Maybe a touch off the corner, but ruled it anyways. 1-1.
Yeah, Sue's been hunting that inside edge. And this one breaking the opposite direction. Just caught the edge of it.
Avant, c'était facile. Moi, je me souviens, avant, je travaillais avec Google Drive. C'était facile. Tu crées, tu partages. Ça s'affiche dans Share Drive avec ton ami ou quelque chose.
Fouled back.
Et ensuite, c'est.
Perez was in motion. He'll go back to first.
Ouais.
Sanchez now down 1-2. In a game that has had thrilling action, do we have an exclamation point for an inning or do we go
Chose.
to free
Dis-moi
base?
pour les deux projets, gay et répartition et validation plus
One
vente.
ball, two strikes,
Est-ce que tu
two
fais à
outs.
chaque
Winning
fois un
run
guide
90
pool
feet
ou
away at
c'est
third
comment que ça se fait?
for the Cubans.
Ouais.
Sue comes set from the belt. Runners take their leads. 8-8 tie game. And the 1-2. Line drive to right center field. It is down, and the Cubans will walk it off. Luis Sanchez with an RBI single, and you put the exclamation point for a 9-8 final here in day 2 action.
Exact, le
Game
pool.
3 of
Ok, je voulais juste
Baseball
savoir concernant
Champions
le pool.
League.
Ouais,
And
c'est
we
juste
have
pour
a
avoir.
walk-off single to wrap things up.
It's a great little poke and just gets enough of it to power it over the infield, push it into the outfield, everything you needed to have done. And what a comeback by the Crocodiles. I mean, we talked about it. They were chasing 4 runs late in this game and then able to have that huge 7th inning. And despite the big comeback effort from the brothers, they end up walking off in the bottom of the 9th.
The difference of a 6th
Ok,
run
Andrew, normalement c'est réglé.
above
Donc
the
je vais juste
7th
voir,
inning, it
dès que ça finit, je vais passer à l'étape
everything
2. Puis
for
ensuite,
the
je vais utiliser
Crocodiles.
cela.
They come
Et attends.
into their first game in Baseball Champions League 2026, and they deliver a walk-off victory to open up day 2 of action. What a thriller this was. From trailing at some point, it was a 6-2 game. They flipped the script on it, turned it into an 8-6 game. And then you have the brothers come back and put 2 runs across in the top of the 9th to make things interesting, and then you go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and it's a manufacturing inning.
Ouais, exact. Même moi, je vais refaire tout le flow de génération de test end-to-end. Donc demain, je vais commencer en avant-midi, puis ensuite en après-midi, on va faire la même chose comme aujourd'hui. On va voir ça. C'est ça. Allez, ciao. Bye, Anto. Ça fait plaisir. Merci à toi.
To get out of the inning, only giving up 1 run. That easily could have been another crooked number, and instead, Cuba went to work. They got the stop there, had the big 7th inning, and they end up 1-0 here.
We take a look at our highlight package that we get from today, and it started out for the brothers. The lead, the triple in the top half of inning number 1 by Chinlong Huang. And steamrolls all the way around to third to set up the scoring. But then it just kept on going for the brothers. Defensively, they looked pretty sharp as well. The offense, it looked like things were going to go their way for the brothers throughout the game. But then the Crocodiles just come in, and this is a sharp defensive play that also could have led to more trouble. But the brothers just unfortunately couldn't find their way into the score column there. They'd eventually would get a run, but this is where things would go in the favor of the Crocodiles. They scratch a run across in the 5th inning. They continue into that 6th inning where they put that 6-run frame together, and that's what ultimately, Colin, we talked about it just a moment ago, it was the difference maker in the comeback victory.
Yeah, and just early on, they're just scraping away here. They pick up a couple runs here and there, and then there's that incredible behind-the-back play by Angel. And it looked like they were going to start to cruise, and then here's the start of that big bottom of the 7th inning. It starts with the big fly to get them within 2 runs, and really they just didn't stop after that. It was hit after hit, RBI single after RBI single, and just that never quit attitude that we saw. This is the overrun that we had in the bottom of the inning there by Chen, who ended up making a great play in the 9th inning, but still huge costly mistake. And then this is where they ended up tying the ball game and ultimately taking the lead in the bottom of the 7th.
When you go into the end cap and you look at what was to be, this would be the catch. It's going to be this play that could have easily have swung the momentum again, but it's the walk-off single that wraps us up here for day 2 action in game 1. But don't forget, folks, game 2 starts a couple hours from now at 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern, 7 here. It's the Diablos Rojos del Mexico. They're taking on Los Dantos de Managua in the nightcap for game number 2. We'll see you then, folks.